This is State Farm agent Jason Hardy coming to you again, kicking off the season with the Jason Hardy State Farm Player of the Week. And today we have the Junction City Dragons Player of the Week, Dominique Grimes. Dominique, congratulations for being named Player of the Week by your coaches. Man, let's start it off. How does it feel week one getting named Player of the Week?
To me, it feels real good, but I wish we would have came out with a win. That would have made it a little better.
Right.
But we still got some stuff that we need to work on. We're stacking on it as a team, as a group total. I mean, I know everybody wants to go undefeated, but I mean, I'd rather take the L now than later in the season when we get to the state championship. That's where we're going. That's where we're heading. So yeah, but the game was pretty good. We started off a little slow. And then we got a drive in the third, had a good spark, turned it over. Then we got the ball back, defense got a stop, went and scored. And then we got another stop, went and scored again. And they scored to end it. But I mean, and then we scored another touchdown. That was the end of the game, 20-30. But I mean, we showed good flashes near the end, but if we would have showed it the whole game, we probably would have won. But other than that, it was a pretty good game.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I love the breakdown there, man. I love the breakdown. It's good. And it is a little bit bittersweet to be named Player of the Week after a loss. But like you said, it's first game. It's non-conference. It was actually even out of classification, playing up one class against Harmony Grove. And they're a team that has been a quality football team for several years now. So there's no shame in losing to a good football team, but you don't take moral victories either, right?
Yes, sir.
So, man, you did have a good game. Coach was giving me some of your stats a little bit ago. 218 all-purpose yards, 34 rushing, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns on 10 catches on the receiving side. Also had a kick return. Did you play any defense?
I did a little bit, yes, sir. I probably had about 2 or 3 tackles, though.
Okay.
I could do better on defense, but, yeah.
Okay. All right. So a little bit of Iron Man football going on too. So that's good stuff, man. Tell me a little bit about, you mentioned it. You'd rather take the loss now than later in the season. Tell me how do you get to that place to have that attitude to where, okay, you took a loss, but you still have a positive outlook. You still feel good about the season. How do you develop that kind of mindset?
Just going back to last year when we lost to Glen Rose in the quarterfinals. I lost. My brother went to go play college football after that. Like, I never played another football game with my brother. So I mean, last year I would have rather took a loss early in the season and still won state. But I mean, that didn't happen. So now I got my younger brothers with me. That's not actually my brothers, but I grew close with them. And I mean, I want to win my season with them. I don't want to be like me and my brother were, and I lose him later in the season. I want to go. I mean, I don't want to take an L, but we took it early, so yeah. And then coach done told me. Coaches done got me prepared for it. I mean, they done told us all season we're ranked number 1. Me personally, I wouldn't want to be ranked number 1 right now because we got our targets on our back and we get too comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable at all. But we took the first L, and I feel like once we win 1, it's gonna be over for everybody else in 2A.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's good. That's good. Love to hear it. Love to hear that positivity, man. That's really good, especially coming off a loss, to be able to stay positive, keep your chin up, keep your eye on the prize. I love that. That's great stuff. I'm gonna ask a question here to Coach. Now I'm gonna put him on the spot. Now, Dom, you keep listening because the same question is going to come to you here in a little bit. All right. So this week's game with Carlisle is the Buzz 101.7 Game of the Week. It's the Hootens Game of the Week. It's the preseason 2A number 1 versus the preseason 2A number 2 at Carlisle on the road. All right, Coach, there's a lot of hype with this game. How do you keep your team now? Again, you had a loss last week, so maybe it makes it a little bit easier to keep your team grounded, I guess. But how do you not get lost in the hype? How do you make sure your guys don't get lost in the hype?
Well, our biggest thing in regards to hype, and in regards to what's next, is staying ready and not having to get ready. We've primed ourselves since last season on this, and these guys have responded. The beautiful thing about the team we have in front of us is it's still very young. We started 7 sophomores last year. We've got 7 juniors starting this year. But those guys have been battle tested. We're war ready. The biggest enemy right now is the man in the mirror for us. We get that. I'm pretty sure anybody that's cognizant watching football gets that. It's about us. And I think that when you keep pushing that narrative of staying ready, not having to get ready, our kids stay poised, they're composed, they don't get rattled, and they're resilient. One thing about them is they're going to knock down whatever comes up. So for us, getting to go over to Carlisle, all the hype, all the jazz, all the funk, the junk, means nothing to us. We're going there with a chip on our shoulder. Everybody got reminded of just how it felt last season, and the guys that just came to us got a little taste of it. And whenever you're doing things authentically in the room, your kids can radiate that type of confidence like Dominique has. But it's really a resolve. There's a reckoning going on within our locker room right now, and we're ready to stand 10 toes on that. And Carlisle's in our way, and we're looking to remove them. So whenever it comes down to it, man, it's just really about that. If our kids stay primed, prepared with that edge, there's nothing that can stop them but them.
Love it. Love it. All right, Dom, I told you, pay attention now because you got to answer this question too.
Yes, sir. Now,
from a player perspective, and I don't know, you got to say this right here in front of your coach, but from a player perspective, where does that hype hit you, and how do you deal with that?
For me being the player I am, I feel like there's a bunch of hype behind me already.
Okay.
But yeah, this is gonna be a hype game. Two hard-nosed football teams. I feel like two of the best teams in 2A. Yeah. It's gonna be a big game. Carlisle's ready. We're for sure gonna be ready. They had a big win last week. We're coming off that, so we're gonna be more prepared. I feel like yesterday we had a good day of practice. It's gonna be a real big game. I mean, we have some hype players on our team. I'm pretty sure they got some good players on their team too. I've been watching them a little bit. It's gonna be, let me see. I wish we would have got this game later in the season, like playoff wise, it'd be even more hype. But I mean, let's go and get it out the way.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's no guarantee you won't see them. You won't see them again.
And I've never played a game like this in my life. I've never played a more hyped up game than this. It's supposed to be 2,500, 2,500 people there. I ain't never played a game like this.
Now, and let's talk about that a little bit, because this is a big crowd on the road. So that not going to be. You're going to the Junction City people will travel. Obviously, we know they do, but it's going to be a hostile environment.
Packed out, yes, sir.
What do you? How do you plan to deal with that?
I'm just going to tell the whole team, stay composed, stay ready for. I mean, everybody got to be ready for one big moment. Somebody's big moment is going to come anytime soon. Like, my big moment could be returning the first kick. Somebody else's big moment could be getting the game-saving sack, a game-rushing touchdown. I mean, you might see our running back here next week for Player of the Week. He's a big dude. I'm ready for it. He's going to have a good game this week, I'm pretty sure. I'm knowing he will. Defense is going to have a good game. That's what we rely on, our defense. When games get tough, a packed out game like this, I know our defense is going to step up.
I love it. I can't think of a better spot to end it with that right there, man. I love it. Congratulations again, Dominique Grimes, for being named the Junction City Player of the Week after last week's game against Harmony Grove. Look forward to visiting with you guys throughout the season. I love this kickoff show, and we're looking forward to a great year. Wish you continued success, and like I said, look forward to seeing you guys again some more. Thank you, Coach Ball. Thank you, Dominique Grimes.
Sir. Thank you.